Next up, we go to the southwest corner of the state, Durango Demons, going to the state championship game. A big part of why, and I do mean big, is this guy. Sophomore center Josh Bates is visiting with us. Congratulations, Josh. Definitely want to offer that to you, making it to the title game. And then just a quick recap from your perspective as a varsity football player. I mean, that was a really good Holy Family squad. You jumped up on them 21-0 at halftime, built your lead to 28-0. Why did you guys dominate in that semifinal game?
Oh, we came out and all season we've been ranked under them at 3 all season, and we really came out with a chip on our shoulder. Really wanted to send a message to state, and we really wanted to have just a reason to be in the state title. And it's an awesome feeling, especially when you come up and you upset a team like that. A team on the Front Range. And we don't get a whole lot of love in Durango. So it's kind of cool when a team like that, comes up into the Front Range and dominates like that. So, yeah.
So Durango football did consider that an upset, if we want to call it that?
Oh, yeah, we did. I mean,
okay.
We just we came in with a chip on our shoulder, and we really wanted to send a message and beat them by as many points as we could, just to get it out there that, hey, Durango, we can play, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the message definitely was received. And then let's think about the historical. First championship appearance in 32 years for your program. When I say it like that to a sophomore center, what do you say?
I don't know. It's a while. So, I just
right.
It's been a long time. So my funny story, my middle school head coach was a cornerback long time ago. He was a senior when they made it to the state championship. So we kind of get a little bit of banter, and he's like, hey, he's like, your team has been you guys have been the guys since 32 years, so it's kind of cool. Like, you see a lot of guys in our community who've been on that team, and they've given us a whole bunch of love, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Which coach is that was a quarterback for that team back then?
He was a corner, and Mike Carmio.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a Miller head coach here in Durango, and he's actually coached 37 of the players on this Durango team. So it's really, really cool to see that too. And so it's a really, really small community, but a lot of love's going around, and it's kind of cool.
Well, your group up along the line of scrimmage is certainly catching attention across the state. What makes your offensive line group so special and dominant?
We're a brotherhood, we're boys, and we're just we're very cohesive as a group. We're very smart, and we're very big up front and athletic. And not only that, but we're just we got each other's back, and we trust one another, together. And I think that's why we're so dominant, is that, you don't need to worry about anybody on the offensive line. You always know that they're going to do their job, and they're going to do it to the best of their ability to dominate.
Josh Bates is the center for a dominant offensive line for the Durango Demons, moving on to their first championship game in 32 years as a program. I want to roll call them out, if you don't mind, especially considering your position. You're the center, right? You make the calls, you deliver the checks. So if I just go through the roll call of that line, what would you say? Starting with the 6'5", 235, Ethan Ryan, the senior.
Oh, Ethan's he's probably the strongest kid I've ever met in my life. He's just everything about him. He's just a tough kid, and he's hilarious too. I mean, the kid is funny. He's the comedic relief on the offensive line, definitely. I mean, we were playing Mitchell for game week 1, and he knocked this kid over, and he runs down to help him up and grabs him by the back of the jersey and pulls him off the ground. And I kid you not, it was the coolest thing, the funniest thing to see on film. And he's really just a cool kid and funny kid. Yeah, I love Ethan.
Great visual. How about a 6'3", 260-pound senior, Nate Howland?
Nate, he's our smarts guy. He helps me a lot with just the knowledge of the defense and the defensive front. I mean, he watches a lot of film. That's a kid who watches more film than anybody on the team. And he's like our mathematical guy. Thinks about it from a different standpoint than everybody else. Really special to have him on there too.
How about the other senior, 6'3", 240, Rocco Estes?
Oh yeah, Rocco. He'll go to bat for anybody on the team. He's our very passionate guy. I'm a very passionate football player, and he matches it. So the energy from him is just outstanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. How about a 6'6", 240-pound junior Walter Stouffer on the edge?
Oh yeah, that's the funny one. We call him the silent giant. He's very, very quiet guy. He doesn't really say a whole lot, but on the football field he's just dominant. He's a monster. He's a huge kid. Very, very lengthy. His arms are 8 feet.
Right.
It's insane. So yeah, he's a really quiet kid, but he gets the job done and he does it very well.
Great visual. Yeah, the length does pop on his tape, and
Yeah.
cool. Now we have maybe his own hashtag or a nickname at least. He's the Silent Giant. And then how about this sophomore kid, Josh Bates, 6'4", 280?
Oh yeah, I love the game of football. I'm a very passionate player, and I played center my whole life, ever since the second grade. So I'm very, very used to that position, and it's an honor to play with all these guys. And I'm really gonna miss these seniors when they go.
Why did center become the position that you were interested in?
Oh, it just ever since I've really been identified as a natural leader.
Okay.
And so to all of my coaches and my parents and everybody and my peers, and they just one day my dad was the head coach all through Little League, and he was like, he's a leader, so we're going to put him in the middle and we're going to see what he can do, and ever since second grade and all of elementary, middle school, and got into high school, and that's just the position I've loved and I've done my best at. So
Those physical stats, those are published online. Do those sound about right? 6'4", 280 for you?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. And then back to the group, some fun stuff. I'm thinking of you guys, 1,200 plus pounds of human being there. Do you guys have a go-to victory meal?
Oh man, CJ's Diner. It's a diner in Durango, and they make some killer chicken parmesan and some spaghetti, and it's killer. That tops it all.
I can imagine how many chicken parms are stacked up when you guys show up. How
Oh,
about a
yeah.
hype song? Do you guys have a hype song, and does it involve, big fella dance moves during pregame warmups?
Pregame, I don't have any for pregame, but definitely postgame. After our team in home, we have these speakers in our locker room that shake the lockers and everything. We play Soldier Boy, at the height, just crank it up. And after that league win, we beat Canyon City. Man, that's our song as a team, definitely.
Okay, gotcha. Lyman, Soldier Boy, on blast.
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, we do have to, remember that, it's interesting with you. You still are the baby on that offensive line. Do they treat
Yes,
you
sir.
differently because those are all underclass or upperclassmen, and you're not?
Oh no, they're great kids. They treat me just like anybody else would be in there. Even if I was a senior, if I was a freshman, and I started last year as a freshman for a majority of the season, and a lot of those guys really, some of the starters like Nate Howland, he's really treated me, perfectly. Really helped me adapt to the varsity level of playing.
Yeah, even from where we're observing from afar, it just looks like a good energy over there. Which, speaking
Yeah,
of, Colorado Preps Network always likes to talk about, what that visual is with Durango and all those citizens in the community watching you guys play. With all that's happening here, what do you see from your community and how they're reacting to all the good things you're doing?
It's awesome to watch. We're a small community, but everybody in this community loves football, and they love to come out and watch the Demons on a Friday night. And San Juan Basin Health, with all this COVID going around, it's on the rise in Durango.
Mhm.
So they actually, no fans the last 2 home games we've had, but we have this ramp in the south end of our end zone, and all of our fans come and they park their cars and they back up their trucks and motorhomes. And every time we score, they're honking their horns, or if something great happens, they're honking their horns. And it's awesome environment to play. I wouldn't trade it for the world here. So
yeah, I've heard some of those stories, and that's outstanding to hear.
It's
Good
awesome.
for everybody. And look, you're giving them the payoff, the reward too. They get to watch
Absolutely.
you continually move on through the postseason. Which now you're at the final point, right? You're going to the championship game. You're going to play a really strong, powerful football program that also has a very football insane community. What do you know about Roosevelt?
I've watched a lot of film.
Okay.
From Sunday and Saturday when I knew we were going to play them, and they just they play after the whistle. You know, they're hustling all around the field. They're very, they have heart. You know, and they're running around the field. You know, they're tough. They look like a very tough team to play. And I know some of their players, their quarterback and their running back are pretty stellar. I know their quarterback, he plays both sides of the ball. And he plays, I think, defensive line. I saw him against South, and so us offensive linemen, we're gonna take advantage of that. See what we can do with that.
I hadn't thought of that. What a fine opportunity for you, linemen. How many times do you get a crack at a quarterback?
Oh yeah, we're gonna try, man.
Okay, good point. So Johnstown is where they are. Roosevelt's got to make the trek south to Pueblo, but you guys, I mean, you're going 277 miles to get to the Thunder Bowl in Pueblo. Traveling's not a big deal for you guys. You do it all the time. This is actually going to be your 5th trip across Wolf Creek Pass in your 8th game. I was wondering, since you're veterans of hitting the road, is there going to be any special travel plans for this particular game?
Oh no, I think we're gonna leave early. I haven't heard anything about it yet, but
Okay.
We'll probably leave on Friday, probably Friday morning, and stay tonight. But yeah, it's definitely we've adapted to that 300 mile drive,
Yeah, you're just taking the roadie. This time for a championship. Enjoy, Josh. You guys earned it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're proud to call Colorado home. So are we. Since 1973, we've been giving back to the communities where we live, work, and play across our great state. And we're here to stay. If you're looking for an independent, locally managed community bank where the employees are also the owners, we would like to be your bank. We're Alpine Bank.